This is the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow strip of water at the edge of the Persian Gulf. At its narrowest point, it is only 48 kilometers wide. But despite its size, this tiny waterway controls nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply. Every day, massive tankers carrying energy to Asia, Europe, and the United States must pass through this corridor. And if this passage were ever blocked, the global economy could feel the shock within hours. For decades, this has been one of the most heavily contested waterways on Earth. Iran stands to the north, Oman to the south, and beyond these barren mountains, a silent geopolitical struggle continues between Iran, the United States, Israel, and the world's largest powers. Warships patrol these waters, oil tankers move under constant surveillance, and every military exercise here sends waves through international markets. Yet beyond the headlines, beyond the politics and naval tensions, there exists another side of Hormuz, a world of ancient fishing villages, forgotten maritime cultures, rainbow-colored mountains, and isolated islands shaped by millions of years of geological evolution. This is not only one of the world's most dangerous choke points, it is also one of the Persian Gulf's greatest hidden wonders. The world's most important choke point. For centuries, the Strait of Hormuz has served as the gateway between the Persian Gulf and the open ocean. Today, it remains the only maritime export corridor for much of the Gulf's energy. Oil from Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates flows through these waters every single day. This narrow sea lane has become one of the most strategically important locations on Earth. Whenever tensions rise between Iran and the West, the world immediately turns its attention here because a single disruption in Hormuz could send oil prices soaring across the globe. For decades, American aircraft carriers, Iranian missile systems, and military patrol boats have operated in close proximity within these confined waters. The geography itself creates pressure. Steep mountains surround the coastline. Shipping lanes narrow suddenly. And beneath the calm surface of the sea, every movement is carefully watched. Yet despite the constant geopolitical tension, life here has never stopped. Fishing boats still sail before sunrise, markets still open beside the coast, and ancient communities continue to survive between warships and trade routes. Life between sea and desert. Beyond the military headlines, Hormuz is home to civilizations that have survived beside the sea for thousands of years. On Hormuz Island, wind towers rise above narrow village alleys, casting shade across homes shaped by desert heat. The island's surface is covered with deep crimson soil, its mountains glowing red beneath the sunlight, like the silent remains of an ancient fire. Along the coast, small markets sell spices, dried seafood, and handmade flatbread baked over charcoal. Persian, Arab, African, and Indian influences have blended together here for centuries, creating one of the Persian Gulf's most unique maritime cultures. Despite the harsh climate, life continues with remarkable resilience. Fishermen still rely on the sea. Traditional music still echoes during local festivals, and ancient customs continue to shape daily life. Each year, coastal communities celebrate the Fisherman's New Year. During the festival, people voluntarily stop fishing, allowing the sea to rest, while praying for peace and prosperity in the coming season. As music fills the coastline, sailors sing traditional maritime songs, and dancers move to rhythms passed down through generations. Here, the sea is not simply a source of survival, it is part of identity itself. The hidden, natural wonder of Hormuz. But the Strait of Hormuz is not only defined by conflict and trade. It is also one of the most geologically extraordinary regions in the Middle East. Across Hormuz Island, mountains shimmer in layers of crimson, purple, and silver-white minerals. Rainbow-colored valleys stretch endlessly across the barren landscape, creating scenery that resembles another planet. More than 70 kinds of natural minerals are scattered throughout the region, including sulfur, pyrite, hematite, and copper-rich formations. Millions of years of geological pressure and erosion shaped these dramatic landscapes. On nearby Keshem Island, Chaku Canyon cuts deep through the rocky plateau. Its narrow stone corridors, carved slowly by rainwater and desert winds, allow only thin beam of sunlight to reach the canyon floor. Ancient people once survived here by carving storage chambers directly into the rock. Farther north, mangrove forests spread across shallow coastal waters. When the tides recede, tangled roots rise from the mud, creating a sanctuary for seabirds, fish, shrimp, and sea turtles. Even in one of the world's busiest energy corridors, nature continues to survive in fragile balance. The return of geopolitical tension. Yet beneath the beauty of Hormuz, the geopolitical struggle never disappears. Keshem Island, located along the northern edge of the strait, is often called Iran's maritime key. From here, Iran maintains strategic control over one of the world's most sensitive waterways. Military bases, radar systems, and missile infrastructure are believed to operate throughout the region. And yet, between naval patrols and geopolitical rivalries, ordinary communities continue their daily lives beside the sea. That contrast defines Hormuz itself, a place where beauty, trade, survival, and global tension all exist together in the same narrow corridor. Memory of empires. The history of conflict in Hormuz stretches back centuries. In 1507, Portuguese forces established a colonial fortress on Hormuz Island, seeking to dominate maritime trade across the Persian Gulf. Built from the island's own red stone, the fortress overlooked the strategic passage for more than a century. Today, its weathered walls remain standing beside the sea, serving as a reminder that global power have long competed for control over these waters. Nearby, the rusting remains of a Greek cargo ship rest silently along the coast. Once part of global trade, it now stands abandoned beneath layers of salt and wind, slowly becoming part of the landscape itself. Across the Musandam Peninsula in northern Oman, steep cliffs rise directly from deep blue waters. The region's hidden fjords, often called the Norway of Arabia, remain isolated from the outside world. Fishing villages, such as Kumzar, still preserve ancient maritime traditions, while their unique language carries traces of Persian, Arabic, Hindi, and Portuguese influence. For thousands of years, Hormuz connected civilizations across Africa, Arabia, Persia, and India. And even today, its waters continue linking the modern world together. Conclusion and philosophical ending. The Strait of Hormuz has never been merely a shipping route. It is a meeting point between continents, empires, cultures, and ecosystems. A narrow body of water where oil tankers, fishing boats, ancient villages, and military fleets all move through the same sea. Here, life continues beneath the shadow of global politics. Coral reefs still grow beneath warm waters, Mangrove forests still rise with the tides, and isolated communities still preserve traditions shaped by centuries of maritime life. Despite conflict, trade, and the pressures of modern geopolitics, Hormuz remains a place where nature and civilization continue to coexist. A fragile balance between sea and desert, between beauty and tension, between the ancient world and the modern one. This is Eddie, documenting every corner of the real world. Thank you for watching.